Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. We are on Wednesday, December the 2nd. Welcome back to history. Let's get started. Let's get started, guys. Yesterday, we were talking about George Washington and some of the things that he did as the first president of the United States. Some big words. We talked him wanting to remain neutral and away from drama and conflict. The word precedent, that he started lots of these ideas, for example, the cabinet, where he would have helpers, other leaders, to assist in running the country. And that issue with the Whiskey Rebellion, the debt from the Revolutionary War caused him to require them to tax whiskey, which resulted in a second rebellion. Excuse me, let's go ahead and take a look at today. I apologize. We will interpret George Washington's farewell address to the nation. Why is this important? As our nation's father, he warned us of danger ahead. And finally, you will judge Washington's effectiveness as a leader by grading him on a report card. So, George Washington wanted to say goodbye to the nation before he left office. He had been the general of the Revolutionary military. He had led the nation through the Constitutional Convention, became the first president for 2 terms, and he knew it was time for him to step down. His address included 2 warnings to the nation that you're going to be analyzing today with the team. In your notebook, we have here George Washington's farewell address or speech. Remember, speech is another word for address. You're going to be reading the 2 quotes from his speech and answering these questions with your team, okay? Of course, when you're done, you have down below on page 59 the complete notes from George Washington. It's basically a review of everything we've talked about for the past 2 days, his domestic policy, his foreign policy, and the domestic affair, which was the Revolutionary War debt and Whiskey Rebellion, and his farewell address speech. Today, before you leave, you'll be filling in a report card for George Washington. Everywhere where you see blue, you double click and type the name of the president, his terms. He had 2 presidential terms. Here you're going to type in the score that you give him. So the domestic policy, did it follow the rules in the Constitution? Well, let's go back and check. As the first president of the United States, he knew he would need help running the country. He established a cabinet of advisors. So do you think this was a good idea? Score him 1 through 10 and then give us a couple of reasons why you gave that score here, just like your teacher would. The foreign policy, did he keep the nation secure? Well, let's go back up and check our notes for foreign policy. The idea of remaining neutral and isolationism, you're going to score our Washington here and explain. The same for the domestic and foreign affairs. Now, I want to remind you, foreign affairs, look how it's blank. If there was no foreign affair for his presidency, then you do not need to grade him on this section, okay? So really here you would just have 3 sections filled in, okay? So here you have for the overall grade and the precedents. What are things that Washington did that he was the first one to do? All right, and there's a few that you could put in there. And fill in the farewell address, beware of blank and blank. We will see you tomorrow, okay? Right here, and we hope you have a wonderful day.